White text slowly appears over a black screen. I was born with bad luck. If I went on a picnic, it would rain. No amount of lucky weather charms ever worked. My new hat would get blown away by a gust of wind. My favorite shoes would get splashed by a passing car. No matter how hard I tried, so many things would still go wrong, and I just got sick of it. That's when I saw Haruka on TV. She was an idol. A flashback to a pink and peach bedroom, which is a little bare, nothing like how it'll be in the coming years. Minori's mom calls. Minori, your stomach medicine's on the living room table. Call me at work if you need anything, okay? Okay, calls little Minori. She thinks, I'm totally playing hooky today. I know it's not good to, but I just don't feel like going. Everyone's probably still angry at me for dropping the baton during that race. It's always like this. I do everything I can, but things just never go well. She says out loud, if things are always going to end badly, maybe I should just stop trying. But then she hears a voice. Hi everyone, I'm Haruka Kiritani of Asrun. Huh? Says Minori. Did Mom leave the TV on? Little Haruka says, I'll be singing solo for the first time today. I'm really nervous, but I hope this song will cheer everyone up. Is she an idol? Thinks little Minori. She looks about my age. Little Haruka begins to sing, and a CG fades in, of little Minori crawling towards the screen, eyes shining. She has shoulder-length light brown hair and light gray eyes. Wow, says little Minori. She's so pretty, and she's really good at dancing. She's sparkling. This is amazing. Little Haruka finishes up and says, Thanks for listening. Little Minori thinks, would I be able to sing and dance like that too if I practiced real hard? But even if I try, it'll just end up being... But then little Haruka interrupts. Tomorrow will always be a better day. What? Says little Minori. Little Haruka says, it's my mission as an idol to give hope to everyone. So I'll keep going. I'll keep trying to always be the idol who gives you hope for a better tomorrow. Tomorrow will always be a better day, little Minori repeats. Is that true? If I keep trying, will my better tomorrow come one day too? Okay, I'll go to school, apologize to everyone about the race, and promise to try harder. It's amazing how much that one sentence was able to cheer me up. Haruka Kiritani. Years pass, years upon years, and finally we reach the streets of Miyamasuka. It's a nice bright day out, and Minori's a teenager now. Although she's much taller, she looks the same, except that now her hair is in a little braid on the side, and she wears an orange and white ribbon with it. Minori says, Oh, please let my application be accepted this time. Yes, it's in the post box now. All I have to do is wait for the results to be... Wait, look at the time? I need to hurry. She runs up to the Miyamasuka Girls Academy rooftop where it's sunset. Now she's wearing a really cute exercise uniform. It's got an otter on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wah! Ow! I can never get this part right. Guess it's time to pack up for the day. No, wait. You can't just give up now, Minori. Think about Haruka. Her training must be a million times tougher than this. I just gotta have faith that tomorrow will always be a better day and that my application will be accepted. So I have to keep trying until I can become an idol like Haruka myself one day. The screen flashes white. Huh? Says Minori. Did my phone just flash? Untitled? I don't remember downloading this song. As she presses it, the world flashes white again. What's happening? Cries Minori as she's swallowed up in a swirl of shapes and dropped into a big open stadium. It's colored all neon green, and it's full of people in the audience waving glow sticks. Oh, says Minori. Where am I? I was on the rooftop practicing. How did I get here? I must be dreaming, right? This place kind of looks like a concert hall for idols. Everything's so adorable. She thinks, maybe I'll perform on a stage like this too one day. With Haruka. Nah, there's no way. And then a teenager appears. A girl with long teal twin tails that cut off in a sharp point. She's wearing a frilly idol's costume that's all white. It's Hatsune Miku. Hello, Minori. What? Says Minori. Who are you? Hang on. Miku? Don't forget about me! Rin Kagamine calls, running over. She's wearing the same outfit as Miku. Welcome to your Sekai, Minori. Rin's here too, says Minori. I knew it. This has to be a dream. How would I be talking with Miku and Rin otherwise? Miku says, it's because this is your Sekai. Huh? Says Minori. Sekai? Yes, says Rin. A world born from all of your feelings. And we're here because we want all of you to find your true feelings again, right here in this Sekai. Right, says Miku, because when you do, those feelings will then give birth to songs. Minori repeats, true feelings, songs? Stop, hold it. I have no idea what you're talking about at all. Says Rin. Not even an inkling. But, well, it seems like you already know your true feelings. My true feelings, repeats Minori. What are you talking about? Do you mean my dream to become an idol? Maybe, says Miku. Whatever the case, you should hold on to those feelings and never let them go. Because all of the others are on the verge of forgetting about theirs. Can you be more specific, says Minori. It's almost time for the show to start, Miku says. I'll see you around, Minori. As long as you and the others have the same feelings, we'll all meet in this Sekai one day. What she said, says Rin. We're rooting for all of you. Wait, says Minori. But the shapes rise around her again and dump her back onto the roof. Achoo, says Minori. What? I fell asleep. On the roof of all places. I must be tired. And I was having this really funny dream too. Oh well, to practice. Down in the halls of her school, a girl with short blue hair and casual clothes is talking to a teacher. Her name's Haruka. Haruka says, are my documents in order? Yes, they are, says the teacher. Everything we need is here. But, are you certain about this? I am, says Haruka. I've already made up my mind. I'm going to quit being an idol. Back up on the rooftop, Minori says, I think I've rested enough. Time to get cracking on that part of the routine I keep tripping over. As long as I keep practicing, I'll definitely become an ideal idol like Haruka one day. More! In Minori's room, Minori is waiting. Still no notification. I wonder if I failed another audition. No, I can't think like that. There's still a chance. This time will be different for sure. Whoop. Finally she gets a notification on her phone. Oh, finally, says Minori. Please. Oh, please. Here goes. Rejected again. Minori's mom calls. Minori, your father and I are leaving soon. Don't forget to lock up. Okay, Mom, says Minori. Wait, is that the time? I'm gonna be late. At the Miyamasazuka Girls Academy school gate, Minori, in her school uniform, says, oh, I can't believe I made it. But still, this makes 50 rejections, she thinks. I thought I had a shot after I passed the first round of applications, too. No, there I go again. Stop that. There's no use complaining over what's already happened. Azran's Haruka said it herself. She remembers Haruka, on a stage, in a beautiful idol's uniform, saying, tomorrow will always be a better day. So in order to help everyone believe things can always get better, I'm here to give everyone hope for a better tomorrow. Minori thinks, this audition may not have worked out, but who knows what might happen next time? She says out loud, all right, I just need to try harder. More. A student runs over to her calling, Minori, did you see the news? Says Minori. No, I was kind of busy this morning. Did something happen? Student A says, they're saying Azran has disbanded and Haruka Kiritani is retiring from singing. What? Says Minori. What? Smash cut to the inside of Class 1A. Minori says, Azran is disbanding and Haruka Kiritani is retiring. She thinks, but Haruka is the only reason I've been able to keep trying all this time. Why now? I don't know what to think anymore. Her classmates say, "Hey, doesn't that girl in the hall look kind of like Haruka Kiritani?" Another classmate says, "Huh? That is her! What's she doing here? She's going into Class C." "Huh?" says Minori. Meanwhile, outside in the hall, a teacher says, "Miss Kiritani, are you sure you want to switch to the general education course? Since you've already earned some, you could remain in the credit-based course." "Yes, I'm sure," says Haruka. "I'm just a regular high school student now." In Class 1C, the teacher says, all right, everyone, settle down. We have a new student joining us today. Miss Kiritani, would you please introduce yourself to the class?" Haruka says, "My name is Haruka Kiritani. I was enrolled here during junior high school, but haven't really attended classes since starting high school because of work. However, I recently decided to quit in order to return to school and finish my education. It's nice to meet you all." Out in the hallway, everyone is spying on them. Minori says, "Haruka? No way. This is crazy," say her classmates. "It's really Haruka." "Oh, no fair. How come she couldn't be in our class? Oh man, look at this crowd. I can't see a thing. I still can't believe Haruka is actually a student here. Crazy, don't you think?" Says Minori. "I can't stand it. I feel like I'm splitting in two." "You're gonna split in two?" says her classmate. "Minori, are you alright?" "Sorry," says Minori. "I'm just so overwhelmed right now that I don't know how to feel." She thinks to herself, seeing Haruka right here in front of me almost makes me able to accept the fact that she retired. Still, I suppose even Haruka had to have been a regular girl before she became an idol, right? Haruka has given me so much hope for tomorrow. I've only ever been on the receiving end though, and she's given me more than enough. Now it's my turn. If this is the path she's chosen, then I'll try to support her in my heart. Right, I can't hide from this. I have to accept the choice Haruka has made. And maybe one day, I'll be able to take all the hope Haruka has given to me and pay it forward. I'll just have to work more and more to become the kind of idol who can do that. Bing, bong. After school, a student in Class 1C says, "Hey, let's see if Haruka wants to walk with us. We can ask her all about what it's like to be a celebrity." "We can't do that," says another student. "Nobody just stops being famous for no reason. I'll bet it's something she'd rather not talk about." Haruka thinks, "I figured this kind of thing would happen. But still, I wonder if there's somewhere quiet around here." Up on the rooftop, Minori's practicing again. "Alright, today's been a little bit crazy, but it's time to pull myself together and get back to practicing dancing. I usually stick to Azrin songs, but I think I'll go with a Miku song today. Her lyrics always cheer me up." The door to the roof creaks open. "Oh," says Haruka. Minori says, "Haruka!" Chapter 2. Make up your mind. Haruka says, "Oh, sorry for bothering you. Oh," says Minori. My name is Minori Hanasato, Class 1A student number 21. My favorite hobby is imitating dance choreography, and my special skill is coming up with catchphrases." "Huh?" says Haruka. Oh no," thinks Minori. "I got so nervous I introduced myself like I do at auditions." Haruka laughs though. She says, "I guess that means we're in the same year. I'm Haruka Kiritani. I just transferred into Class C today. I was looking for somewhere to read. Is it alright if I stay here a while?" Of course," says Minori. She thinks, "It's really Haruka. She looks so much smaller in person, but she still has a kind of glow about her. What do I do? We're actually breathing the same air right now." Haruka frowns, slumping slightly. Minori thinks, "She looks kind of exhausted. Oh, I can't blame her. It must have been a rough day with everyone constantly hitting her with questions. Maybe I should skip dance practice today. It's not easy to read when there's too much noise." Haruka asks, "What are you doing up here, Hanasato?" "Me?" says Minori. I was doing some dance practice. Oh, but not for dance club or anything like that. I'm hoping to become an idol one day, just like you, Haruka." "Huh?" says Haruka. Suddenly, a voice yells, "Just tell it to me straight!" "Eek," says Minori. "It sounds like someone's yelling." "I'm not letting you leave until you talk to me," says the voice. "Now hurry up, will you?" "Sounds like an argument," says Haruka, "and it looks like they're heading this way." Minori says, Haruka finally found somewhere to relax, and now this? Talk about bad timing. They might not notice us if we hide behind the water tank, Hiratani, this way. Oh, sure. Huh? The two of them see two girls coming out onto the rooftop. One has a bright mane of pink hair, and the other one is elegant, with wavy light teal hair and a beauty mark. Haruka says, Is that Shizuku? What? Says Minori. Do you know Hinamori? I've met her a few times at work before, says Haruka. Oh, that makes sense, says Minori. She's the leader of Cheerful Days, after all. I remember you even did a show together. Haruka points to the pink girl. I believe the other girl is Irene Moy from QT. She used to appear in a lot of TV variety shows. Yeah, says Minori. Oh, but she quit about 6 months ago. It's kind of a shame. She seemed pretty popular on those shows. Haruka continues. I chose this school because of the convenience of its credit-based course, but I didn't realize there were so many others in the entertainment business here as well. I suppose you're right, Miss Giratani, says Minori. Oh my gosh, she thinks. I can't believe I'm having an actual conversation with Haruka. You know, we're in the same grade, says Haruka. There's no need to be so formal. Do you mind if I call you Minori? What? Says Minori. Oh, right. Sure, Haruka. I can't believe my luck, she thinks. I never thought I'd actually get the chance to ever talk to Haruka. Did I just use up the rest of my lifetime's worth of luck? Haruka says, I wonder what those two are fighting about. Airi, the pink girl, says, Shizuku, I heard something from an old friend of mine. There's a rumor that you haven't been getting along with your group and are thinking of transferring. Shizuku, the elegant blue one, is quiet. Is that true? Says Airi. Well, says Shizuku. Spit it out already, says Airi. Being indecisive is the worst thing in our line of work. The fans pick up on it and start to get worried. I know that, says Shizuku. It's just... Haruka says, I get the feeling this might take a while. Might as well go out and deal with this now. Huh? Says Minori as Haruka gets up. Airi says, What? Who's there? That's Haruka Kiratani? You're a student here too? Haruka, says Shizuku. Hi, Shizuku, says Haruka. Long time no see. I don't think I've seen you since we recorded together last year. We're trying to have a private conversation here, says Airi. What's the big deal? Trying to eavesdrop. Eavesdrop, repeats Haruka. You're the one who assumed nobody was up here and started yelling loudly enough for everyone to hear. What? Says Airi. Don't worry, says Haruka. I have no intention of telling anyone what I just heard. I may have quit, but I still know when to keep my mouth shut. You big shot idols always act so high and mighty, says Airi. This is exactly why I hate dealing with them. Whatever, as long as you keep this to yourself and don't go blabbing to your friends either. Of course, says Minori. I won't tell anyone. Good, says Airi. In that case, you can go now. We still have things to discuss. But, says Minori. What? Says Airi. You still have something to say? Haruka says, it's pretty rude to suddenly show up and tell everyone else to leave. She was here first, you know. You're the ones interrupting her dance practice. Dance practice, says Airi. By herself? What for? Well, you see, says Minori. I'm practicing to become an idol. You? Says Airi. An idol? Yes, says Minori. It's my dream to become an idol. Chapter 3. If you try your best. You want to be an idol? Says Airi. Are you serious? Yes, says Minori. I'm practicing for an audition right now. And where's your audition at? Says Airi. Oh, I was planning on auditioning for MoriPro next, says Minori. MoriPro, says Airi. That's a major talent agency. You have any idea how low their acceptance rate is? An amateur like you would be lucky to even pass their initial screening. Says Minori. What's your name? Says Airi. Minori Hanasato. And how many auditions have you had before? Says Airi. How'd you do? Minori says, I've applied about 50 times so far, and passed the initial application screening about 3 times. But I haven't managed to get much further than that yet. Huh, says Airi. And you honestly think you have a shot with MoriPro? I doubt you even have a chance with the smaller agencies. Still, says Minori, I want to try harder. If I dedicate myself, I'm sure I can do it. More. Haruka in the background is quiet. That's it, says Airi. Things don't just happen because you really want them to. Huh? Says Minori. You'd be better off giving up now, says Irie. You don't seem like the idol type. How can you say that, says Minori. Irie, stop, says Shizuku. What, says Irie. You shouldn't just deny someone's dreams like that. You may no longer be actively working, but you're still an idol who's meant to give everyone hope, says Irie. I don't like it when you say things like that, Irie, says Shizuku. I know that, says Irie. Really, I do. Haruka's still not saying anything in the background. Minori interrupts. Even so, I'm still going to give it my best. Irie says, and I'm saying that won't matter. Minori says, well, I have faith. Faith, says Irie. Tomorrow will always be a better day, says Minori. So in order to help everyone believe things can always get better, I'm here to give everyone hope for a better tomorrow. Those are the words that guide me. That's, says Haruka. Minori says, and that's why I'm not ever giving up. No matter the odds, I will keep giving more until I pass. More, says an unfamiliar voice. Huh? Says Minori. Such a lovely, heartfelt speech, says the voice. Who was that? Says Irie. Is somebody else up here? Huh? Says Minori. My phone lit up. Ooh, there's the Miku from before. It's nice to meet you, Minori, says the Miku. Huh? Says Minori. A hologram of Miku? Miku says, it looks like Haruka, Irie, and Shizuku are with you. I'm glad to see you're all here. Haruka says, what's going on? Is Miku talking to us right now? And how does she know our names? Miku says, hee, that's because I've come from a world born from all of your feelings. Sekai! Shizuku says, a world born from our feelings? Miku says, that's right. Rin and I are actually getting ready to start a show at this very moment. Rin is a great dancer, you know. I even ask her for help with my moves from time to time. With your moves? Repeats Minori. Oh! But then Miku says, oops, the show's about to start. Gotta go. Anyway, we'll be waiting for you here. I hope you can all join us soon. Whoop! She disappears. What was that? Says Irie. Some new kind of ad? Shizuku says, it feels a little strange actually speaking with Miku like that. Says Minori. Excuse me? What now? Says Irie. Oh, says Minori. I just, that Miku advertisement. Or was it an advertisement? Anyway, what Miku said made me think, are you alright? Says Shizuku. Try not to be so nervous. Oh, right. Breathe in, breathe out. Sorry about that. It's just, I have a favor to ask. If it's not too much trouble, could you help me practice? What? Says Irie. Chapter 4. Because I'm an idol. Irie says, and why on earth would we want to help you practice? Minori says, it's true we only just met. It's just, I've been practicing dancing and singing by myself up until now, so there's still a lot I don't know. I know I don't have any right to ask you for help, but I thought, if I could learn from such great idols like you, then it might help me get closer to my dream. I want to keep improving. More, so I can become an idol. Please. Shizuku looks at her for a moment, and then says, I'll help. Shizuku? Says Irie. You said your name was Minori, right? Says Shizuku. I'm usually busy with work, so I can only help on my days off. Is that alright? Yes, of course, says Minori. Thank you so much. What are you thinking? Says Irie. What about your own work? You're the one that said it, Irie, says Shizuku. Idols should never ignore those who dream of becoming idols themselves. Ugh, says Irie. Fine. All I have to do is give a little advice, right? But if you fail your next audition, I'm out. You got that? Right, says Minori. Thank you very much. Haruka is quiet in the background. Later on, Haruka and Minori walk home together. Haruka says, that's great, Minori. I'm glad they agreed to help you practice. Yeah, says Minori. I'm sorry you never got the chance to sit down and read, though, Haruka. What was with that Miku video, though? I have no idea, says Haruka. It sure was strange. Actually, this entire day has been rather strange. So you want to be an idol, huh? Yeah, says Minori. Though it feels a little odd telling you. You're actually the reason I wanted to become an idol in the first place, Haruka. Haruka is quiet. Minori says, my dream is to take all the hope you've given me and pass it on to even more people. That's why I need to practice, especially now that I have some coaches. More! I see, says Haruka. The next day on the school rooftop, Minori calls, Hinamori! Momoe! Thank you so much for coming! Hi, Minori, says Shizuku. We'll do our best to help however we can. I trust you've already warmed up with some stretches, says Irie. Yes, says Minori. I wanted to make sure I didn't waste any time. I'm all ready to go. Well, at least you seem to have the right attitude, says Irie. One question, though. What is Haruka Kiritani doing reading over there? Well, says Minori, she says she likes it here because it's quiet and not too many people come up here. Dance practice isn't exactly a quiet activity, you know, says Irie. That reminds me, how are you with interviews? Initial screenings have nothing to do with dance skills and everything to do with that. I know, says Minori. I've got that part down. Oh, says Irie. Let's see how you would start an interview then. Right, says Minori. Hi, my name is Minori Hanasato. My favorite hobby is imitating dance choreography, and my special skill is coming up with catchphrases. I thought up a new catchphrase for today. Like the seed of a dream which grows into a flower. I'm Minori Hanasato. It's wonderful to meet you. I give that a 2, says Irie. And that's out of 100. A 2, says Minori. What did I do wrong? You failed to give me any clue about what kind of person you are, says Irie. Your catchphrase didn't make much sense either. Says Minori. You're supposed to be showing off your strong point, says Irie. In my case, I'd probably focus on how good I am on variety shows, my ability to roll with sudden, absurd requests. That's true, says Minori. You've been on more variety shows than I can count. It was always so fun watching you interacting with the other guests. Shizuku looks briefly concerned, but all Irie says is, as long as those watching the show think so, that's what matters. I'm not really sure what my strong points are, says Minori. From what I've seen so far, says Irie, I'd say it's that annoying tenacity of yours. Maybe you should focus on that. My tenacity? Says Minori. Doesn't everyone work hard, though? Shizuku says, you'd be surprised how many people find it hard to keep working hard at something all by themselves. I agree that could definitely work as a strong point. I think the fact that you persevered, despite failing 50 times, would make an interesting backstory. I guess that makes sense, says Minori. Maybe we should skip the dance practice today, says Irie, and work on your interview and introduction skills. And we're not stopping until you're able to do it perfectly. Right, says Minori. Later on, it's Irie and Shizuku that are walking home together this time. She's certainly determined, says Irie. I'll give her that. I might be able to have even more fun teasing her than I do you. Shizuku laughs. It makes me think of how you were back when I first started. You were so strict. This much is nothing, you know, says Irie. Hey, Shizuku, about that conversation we were having the other day. Shizuku's smile drops off her face. Irie says, never mind. It's been a long day. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, says Shizuku. See you tomorrow, Irie. She walks away with a frown on her face. Irie says, Shizuku. Whispers a passerby. Another passerby says, yeah, says the other. She used to be an idol, right? I don't really remember her from outside all the shows, though. Whatever, let's go talk to her. Huh? Where'd she go? Ugh, says Irie, disappearing. Chapter 5. Come see my show! On the streets of Miyamazuka, Shizuku is busy at work, doing a photo shoot. Dazzling lights surround her as she poses by a window in a white dress. People fixing her makeup and her dress flit around her as cameras roll. Great, that's perfect, says the photographer. I hope we get the chance to work together again soon. Thank you for today, says Shizuku. I look forward to the next shoot. Shizuku, calls her manager. Your dance lessons for the next song are going to start soon? We should get going. Right, says Shizuku, and they move on to the Cheerful Days Theater, the home base of Cheerful Days. All right, says the trainer. That's enough for today. Thank you, say all the members of Cheerful Days. Shizuku, in an athletic purple and white hoodie, says, next up I've got the radio recording, then it's... Oh, where's my towel? Did I leave it in the locker room? Sounds like somebody's inside. It's other members of Cheerful Days. Shizuku got another solo photo shoot for a magazine cover, they say. This is clearly favoritism. Yeah, says another. We're clearly better at singing and dancing than she is. Not this again, thinks Shizuku. She says out loud, sorry, have you seen my towel around here? Oh, says one of the members. Oh, there it is, says Shizuku. Well, see you later. I hope our next show goes well. Fade to a few days later, back on the Miyajo rooftop. Haruka's quietly reading while Minori keeps practicing with Airi and Shizuku. Minori caps up an interview practice by saying, "It's wonderful to meet you all." Airi says, "That was good. I think you finally got your introduction down." Minori says, "You really think so? Thank you so much." Shizuku says, "I'm guessing you've done headshots, right? How'd they look?" Minori says, "Oh, yes, here, I can show you." Airi says, "Going for the natural look, huh? I like it. These should be just fine. Don't forget to work on the real thing, though. You don't want the people doing the interview to think you look completely different in person." Minori says, "That's true. All the other girls are always so pretty, though, both in their photos and in person. Now I'm starting to get nervous. I wish I could be as pretty as you, Hinamori. Then I wouldn't have to be so nervous." Airi's eyes widen in surprise, but Shizuku just smiles and says, "You don't become an idol simply because of looks. You have to have heart as well. Having the desire to work hard for your fans, that is the most important thing an idol can have." Airi says, "Shizuku, that's..." Shizuku says, "At least, that's what someone taught me a while ago." "Sorry for getting so serious all of a sudden. I think you're wonderful just the way you are, Minori. All you have to do is believe in yourself." "Right," says Minori. "Thank you." And on the next day, they practice until sunset. "Phew," says Minori. "I'm exhausted." "Good work, Minori," says Shizuku. "You were working really hard today." Airi says, "Make sure you spend some extra time on the steps you kept missing today, got it?" Minori says, "Yes, ma'am." "Ow." "Hey, are you alright?" says Airi. Minori says, "I think I may have twisted my ankle a bit on that last part. It's not bad, though. I'm sure it'll be fine in no time." "Minori, let me see," interrupts Haruka. "Good, it doesn't look swollen. You might want to put a cold compress on it, though." "Minori, it's great that you're working so hard, but please don't overdo it." "Right," says Minori. "Thanks, Haruka." She thinks, Haruka is so amazing. Not only is she pretty, but she's kind as well. The more I get to know her, the more I want to be an idol just like her. Flash. What the? Says Minori. And whoop, there's that Miku again. "Hi, Minori," says the Miku. "Miku," says Minori. "Again." Miku says, "Sorry for startling you like that. I had planned on waiting in this world for you, but I started getting worried that you might all be feeling a bit down." "Really?" says Minori. "I'm feeling pretty good." Haruka is quiet in the background, as usual. Miku says, "I'd love for all of you to come watch our show. I'm sure you'll feel better afterward." Minori says, "Your show?" Miku says, "Just take a look at your playlist. Sekai will be waiting for you." Whoop, she's gone. "Ah," says Minori, "she disappeared again." "That's gotta be some kind of new advertisement," says Airi. "Sure seems real." Shizuku says, "She mentioned Sekai. I'm pretty sure she said the same thing last time, too." "Oh," says Minori, "she said to look at my playlist." "Huh? There's a song here called Untitled. I wonder what it is." "Untitled," says Airi, as in it doesn't have a name. Minori says, "You think she meant for us to listen to this?" Wong! The screen flashes white once more. Haruka gasps. "What?" says Minori. "My phone is lighting up!" Ring! Chapter 6. Stage, Sekai! We're back in that strange stage that Minori was in. "What happened?" says Minori. "Where are we?" "There's cheering from the crowd." "Is that a stage?" says Minori. "There's another one over there too." "What's going on?" says Haruka. "We were just on the rooftop, weren't we?" says Shizuku. "What is this place?" says Airi. It doesn't feel like a dream." "Oh, you're all here too," says Minori. "I was worried I was alone." "There sure are a lot of glow sticks. Is there a show about to start or something?" "Yep," says Miku. "That's right, Minori." "Huh?" says Minori. "Miku!" "Miku!" says Rin. "The show's about to start." "Oh? You all finally came! We've been waiting for you, you know." "Rin's here too?" says Minori. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually shaking Rin's hand right now." "What in the world is going on?" says Haruka. "Miku and Rin are virtual singers, aren't they? So how is it that we can talk to and touch them?" Miku says, "That's because we're in a world created by your combined feelings." Shizuku says, World created by our feelings?" Miku says, "Yep, this Sekai is created by the feelings you four have for idols. We're here to help others discover their true feelings." "That's right," says Rin. "True feelings are transformed into new songs in this world. Though it looks like you haven't figured out what those true feelings are yet." "Feelings turn into songs?" says Minori. What exactly does that mean? Explanations will have to wait until later, says Rin. Right now, we just want you to enjoy our show. Yeah, says Miku. We came up with this show just for you, in the hopes it would cheer you all up. Please enjoy it. Wait, says Minori. Does this mean we actually get to watch a real show with Miku and Rin? Minori, come here a second, says Irie, dragging her away. Huh? Says Minori. Ow! Why did you pinch me? Irie says, I just wanted to make sure this wasn't a dream. Minori says, you could have pinched your own cheek, you know. Shizuku says, it looks like they're about to start. Hi, everyone, says Miku. Miku here. And me, Rin, says Rin. Thank you all for coming out to see us today. Miku says, we'll do our best to make sure you all enjoy the show. So, without further ado, here's our first song. The two start singing. Miku and Rin dance on stage, and as Miku passes the four girls, she winks. Minori says, oh, she just winked at us. Irie says, how can you be having fun right now? We don't even know what's going on. Sing along, everyone, says Miku, and the crowd cheers. Minori says, everyone looks like they're having so much fun. She thinks, the cute costumes, atmosphere, the shining lights. I hope I can put on a show like this someday. No, I definitely will. I'm going to become an idol for sure. Ready, says Rin. Here we go! They're perfectly in sync, says Shizuku. They must really trust each other to be able to do that. You're right, says Haruka. Irie says, this is exactly the kind of show I always wanted to do. Irie, says Shizuku. Miku says, I'm sure you all know this next song. And with that, and the crowd's cheering, the world is suddenly awash in blue. Haruka gasps. Minori says, wow, look at that! Everybody's glow sticks turned blue. She thinks it's the same as when Haruka did song solo. I remember waving my glow sticks like crazy that night. Oh, but now that Haruka has quit, I guess that means I won't be able to see this again. Haruka says, it reminds me of the ocean. Huh? Says Minori. Haruka says, when you're on a stage and everyone's glow sticks turn blue, it's like looking at an ocean. All those happy, smiling faces bathed in a cool blue light. It was so beautiful. I won't ever see it again, though. Haruka, says Minori. Right, says Rin. Another great success today. They come down and Miku says, so, what did you think of the show, everyone? Did it help cheer you up? Minori says, yeah, it was great. I'm re-energized and ready to get back to work tomorrow. Says Rin. I'm glad to hear that. Minori says, why did everybody turn their glow sticks blue, though? I would have figured they'd be green for Miku or yellow for Rin. Miku says, hee, that's because your feelings take shape here in this world. Feelings take shape, repeats Minori. Haruka says, Miku, Rin, thank you for letting us watch your show. It was wonderful. But could you send us home now, please? Huh? Says Minori. Chapter 7. Idol Troubles. What? Says Rin. You're leaving already? Yes, says Haruka. I should really prepare for class tomorrow. I see, says Miku. If you'd like to return to your world, just go to Untitled and press stop. Aww, says Rin. If you tell them that, they're gonna leave. It's alright, Rin, says Miku. Everyone goes home after a show ends. I know that, says Rin, but still. Thank you, Miku, Rin, says Haruka. It's been a while since I had this much fun. See you later. Haruka, says Miku. Huh? Says Haruka. Miku says, all you have to do to get you is play Untitled, so come back and visit whenever you like. Haruka takes a moment to respond, but when she does, she says, with a sad face, goodbye, and she disappears in a swirl of lights. Irie says, I'm gonna head back too. What? Says Minori. You too? It's like Miku said, says Irie. Once the show ends, you go home. I suppose I should get going as well, says Shizuku. Miku, Rin, thank you for putting on such a wonderful show for us. See you at school, Minori. As they disappear, Minori cries, oh wait, Minori! Oh, I wonder what's gotten into everyone. They all looked kind of sad. Having so much fun during the show. Don't worry, Minori, says Rin. I bet they were just reminiscing about being idols. Huh? Says Minori. Hey, Minori, says Miku. Sekai is here to help you and the others discover your true feelings. So, if things ever get tough, or if you or someone else is ever having trouble finding your feelings, come to Sekai for a visit. true feelings, repeats Minori. Oh, I need to go home and practice the steps I keep messing up today. Sorry, Miku, Rin, I need to get going. Hee, says Miku. It's alright, Minori. Just remember to come visit whenever you need cheering up. We'll be right waiting with another show just for you. That's right, says Rin. We'll do our best to pick you up, says Minori. And thank you both for today. I promise to come again, Miku, Rin. She waves as she disappears from the Sekai. It's night outside on the city street in Scramble Crossing. The crowd moves around Haruka, who stares down at the ground. She remembers a voice saying, "All that time I wasted. I dream of being an idol. Give it back!" Haruka says, "I have no right to be an idol." The next day in Miyajo's school's courtyard, Airi thinks, that show yesterday was the bomb. Oh, Airi, says Shizuku. Good morning. Yesterday sure was strange, wasn't it? Morning, Shizuku, says Airi. You can say that again. Me too. I'm talking about the word. Getting transferred to another place by playing a song. How exactly does that work anyway? Still, says Shizuku, you seem to be enjoying yourself. Huh? Says Airi. Shizuku says, I could see it in your face during the show. No, says Airi. Shizuku interrupts. Hey, Airi, are you sure you still don't want to? Just because you want something to happen doesn't mean it will. Shizuku, you're well aware of why I quit being an idol. A flashback. Airi's manager says, Airi, you got an offer to appear in a variety show. It's during prime time, too. What? Says Airi. Really? No. The manager says, one of the studio's executives happened to see one of your street performances. Apparently he was impressed with how well you spoke to the audience. Airi says, finally, my big chance has come. I'll have to work even harder. Airi says, I worked really hard after getting my first big break. I practiced public speaking and even did a kind of research on comedy sketches. And I was so happy when everybody started congratulating me for all my hard work. But then, another flashback. Her manager says, Airi, you received another request for a variety show appearance. Filming is next Saturday. Airi says, what? Isn't that the day of the mini concert? The manager says, yeah, but the other members should be fine without you. We'll announce the change on our website. But, says Airi. The manager says, this will help get more recognition, which will in turn increase the profile of the entire group. People who'd never heard of you before will start coming to your shows. Airi says, I suppose that's true. All right. In that case, I'll just have to keep doing my best. She thinks, if more people start to notice me, it'll help open up more opportunities for the whole group. Then we can put on shows for even more people. I still feel really bad about letting down the fans who are looking forward to seeing me, though. As an idol, I've got to give my all to the jobs I'm given. Chapter 8. Unwanted Words. Says Airi, still in the past. It's great that I've been getting more work, but I haven't done any shows lately. I haven't even been able to do any fan meet and greets. Wait, it's the manager. I need to ask about my schedule. Oh, right, says the manager. Well, you've been doing so well that we'd like to start pushing you more as variety show talent. To be honest, you just don't stand out as an idol. We've decided to phase you out of that line of work. Huh? Says Airi. But hang on a second. You've decided to do what? Back in real time, Airi says. I fought back, but the agency wanted to go with what they thought would be most popular. They were convinced that was my only option if I wanted to survive in the industry. Ultimately, I decided to move to another agency. The new place was happy to tell me what I wanted to hear at first, but it wasn't long before they went back on their word. In the end, nobody in the industry thought of me as an idol anymore. Even the fans who used to come and watch me. Shizuku says, That's not true. You're a wonderful idol, Airi. You give people hope and are the most... Just stop, Shizuku, says Airi. I get it. I'm not blind, you know. What? Says Shizuku. Please, just stop, says Airi. Shizuku gasps. What do you know, Shizuku, says Airi. You've got both looks and talent. How could you possibly understand someone without your looks? Who can't even get others to acknowledge them no matter how hard they try? Everyone praises you as an idol and you barely have to do anything. Crap. Airi, says Shizuku. I'm sorry, says Airi. Shizuku, crying, runs away. Shizuku, wait, says Airi. Out on the streets of Miyamazuka, Shizuku's crying. Not Airi, too. Shizuku has her own flashback. Her when she was younger, back in the Cheerful Days Theater. found you, says a younger Irie. You're Shizuku Hinamori, the one who won the Grand Prix at the last audition, right? I'm Irie Momoe. I'll be your rival from now on, so don't forget it. And you'd better not let your guard down, or... Hey, why do you look like you're about to start crying? Oh, well, says Shizuku. Everything is just so overwhelming. My friend set an application for me without me knowing, and I ended up getting called for an audition. Then I ended up winning the Grand Prix. Now everyone is expecting so much from me, but everyone here has so much more experience singing and dancing than I do. I don't want to be a burden on the others. Huh, says Irie. When I heard we had a newcomer with a pretty face, I was expecting someone with more of an attitude. Pull yourself together! Now that you're an idol, you can't afford to be timid. But says Shizuku. Remember, says Irie, an idol is someone who gives hope to their fans. Hope? Says Shizuku. Exactly, says Irie. By giving everything we've got to our role, we're able to pass on those feelings of working hard for tomorrow to our fans. That's why it's important for idols to have heart. It's not about looks or talent. It's about having a positive spirit, one that gives hope to everyone around them. No matter how uncertain or tough things get, we keep looking forward. Here's a towel. Now dry those tears already. A pretty face like yours should have a smile on it. We're in this idol thing together now. But don't think I'm gonna let you beat me, Shizuku. Right, says Shizuku. Thank you, Irie. Back in the present, Shizuku thinks, it's because of what Irie told me back then that I've been able to come so far. Although, she remembers the other members of Cheerful Days saying, everyone is different now, thinks Shizuku. Even Irie. I can't do this anymore. The sun sets upon the Miyama Suzuka girls' rooftop. 1, 2, 3, 4, Minori saying as she dances. Darn, I just can't get this move right. Huh? When did it get so late? Looks like nobody could make it today. None of them have even checked their messages either. The door opens behind her. Oh, Haruka, says Minori as Haruka comes in. You came! I'm so glad! Where are the others? Says Haruka. Neither Momoe or Hinamori showed up today, says Minori. I see, says Haruka. That might actually be a good thing. I wanted to talk with you, Minori. I think I'm going to find somewhere else to read starting tomorrow. It's actually pretty difficult to focus when you're dancing nearby. What? Says Minori. Oh, I guess it would be. You did say you were looking for somewhere quiet after all. I should be thanking you for coming this long. You've been watching over me all this time, haven't you? Haruka is quiet. I've been able to work even harder knowing that you were here with me, says Minori. That's good, says Haruka. Feel free to message me whenever you'd like. I'd be happy to walk home with you sometime. Sure, says Minori. See you later, says Haruka. Haruka, says Minori. I'm going to give this audition everything I've got. I'm definitely going to become an idol just like you. Haruka gasps. The kind of idol who is able to give everyone around them hope for a better tomorrow. For a moment, Haruka doesn't say anything. But then she says, right, good luck. Haruka shuts the door behind her. Down in the hallways, she says out loud, it's not what you'd imagine. Being an idol isn't as wonderful as you would think. Chapter 9. Cheering Up with Rin? In the school courtyard, Irie says, Shizuku hasn't read any of my messages. She's not answering my calls either. I guess I can't blame her after what I said. I'm not even worthy of being a friend, let alone an idol. Boop boop. I got a message, says Irie. Is it Shizuku? Hi, Momoe, says Minori's text. Are you busy today? If you have the time, I'd love it if you would help me practice. Minori, says Irie. Oh, that's right. I should help her practice some more. Should I really be teaching her, though? I mean, I couldn't even make it as an idol. Huh? Whoop! A mysterious voice says, Hello! I've come to see you! What? Says Irie. Who is that? Whoop! With a blink, Rin's hologram is projected. Says Rin. Everyone's idol, Rin, is here. Huh? Says Irie. What is Rin doing on my phone? Not because I'm an idol, of course, says Rin. It's only natural an idol would want to cheer up someone who is looking sad. That's why I've come to see you. Well, yeah, says Irie. I guess that's true, but And I know that deep down, you really love idols, says Rin. Isn't that right, Irie? So as an idol myself, I can't just sit back and do nothing. Says Irie. She remembers Shizuku saying, "You're the one that said it, Irie. Idols should never ignore those who dream of becoming idols themselves." Irie says, Rin says, "Everyone has times when they can't help feeling down. But it's times like these I want them to listen to my songs. Our music is sure to cheer you up and motivate you to look ahead and try even harder." To look ahead, says Irie. Thanks, Rin. Up on the rooftop, Minori's still practicing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got it. The door opens. "Minori," says Irie. "Oh, Momoy," says Minori. "You came. I'm so glad. I finally perfected those steps I couldn't do before. Would you let me know what you think?" Irie says, "You really are the tenacious type, aren't you?" "Huh?" says Minori. Irie's quiet. "Are you alright, Momoy?" says Minori. If you're not feeling well..." "Minori," says Irie, "I'm going to say something a little strange, okay? Being an idol isn't all fun, you know." "What?" says Minori. Irie says, "Even if you debut and become popular, there are still a lot of things that never go the way you planned. Between all the people involved, it gets harder and harder to do the things you want to do. Knowing that, are you sure you still want to be an idol?" Minori's quiet for a moment, and then says, "I do. I want to become an idol. I don't know what might have happened to you in the past, and I have no way of knowing what kind of hardships might lie ahead. Still, this is the path I've chosen. No matter what happens, I won't regret choosing it." "The path you've chosen," repeats Irie. "You're right. It doesn't matter what others might say, so long as I want to be an idol." "Moi?" says Minori. "It looks like I'm the one who got cheered up," says Irie. "You see, the agency I used to work for wanted to push me as a variety show entertainer. I opposed their plan, but the agency I moved to after that told me the same thing. They said it'd be easier to remain in the industry longer that way than if I were to continue as an idol. Even so, I wanted to be an idol. I wanted to be up on stage, giving hope to those in the crowd. But in the end, nobody in the industry wanted me for that role anymore. It was too hard to bear." Watching you made me realize something, though. "It's perfectly fine to become an idol purely because you want to." Minori gasps. Irie says, "I'm not sure what I'm going to do about fighting an agency or work, but I still want to become the kind of idol who gives hope to those around them. So, starting today, I'll be practicing with you, Minori. I'll start over from the beginning, and we can chase our dream together, okay?" "Oh, says Minori. "Come on, fellow idol in training," says Irie. "Let's give it everything you got. Just remember, I'm not gonna let you beat me." "Right," says Minori. "Let's get started." Meanwhile, in the Cheerful Days Theater, Shizuku's manager says, "Is everything alright, Shizuku? It's not like you to call me out of the blue like this." Shizuku says, "There's something important I wanted to discuss." Chapter 10. Retirement. It's day now on the Miyama Suzuka Girls Academy rooftop. Irie says, "Alright, that's good for today. You're really starting to improve." Minori says, "Oh, thank you. I have you and Hinamori to thank for everything." Irie frowns. "Minori, have you seen Shizuku at all lately?" she says. "I think she's been really busy with work. I haven't seen her at school." Minori says, "I think she was here earlier this afternoon. One of my friends is a fan and said she saw her." "What? Really?" says Irie. Yeah, says Minori. "Is something wrong, Momoy?" Irie says, "I kinda said something really terrible to her the other day. She was worried about me, and I told her that everyone praises her as an idol without her barely having to do a thing. So I want to apologize to her." Minori says, "Why would you say something like that?" Irie says, "I think it's because I'm actually jealous of her." Irie says, "I think it's because I'm actually jealous of her. We work for the same agency, but Shizuku's always had so many of the things I wanted. I was really surprised the first time I met her. Of course, her looks were part of it, but she just had this quality about her. You couldn't help but look her way. It was like she was born to be an idol. I felt totally defeated. I still promised myself I wouldn't lose, of course. We both worked hard together until our debut. It was tough, but we helped each other get through it. Then, I started getting treated less and less like an idol, while Shizuku's career kept moving further ahead. I kept thinking that, if only I could be more like her. Oh, I'm such a terrible person. Momoe, says Minori. Let's go find her so you can apologize then. What do you say? Sure, says Irie. Thank you, Minori. Minori says, let's check the classroom first, then... Huh? What's this, a notification from my news app? What? Momoe, this is terrible! Look! Below in the dawn hallways, a classmate says, that's it for classroom duty today. Okay, says Haruka. See you tomorrow. Shizuku! Irie barrels, hurtling down the halls. Ah, says Haruka. Momoe? Why is she in such a hurry? Minori's running after Irie. Oh, Haruka! You look flustered too, says Haruka. What happened? I just heard the news, says Minori, holding up her phone. Haruka gasps. The news says, we have just learned that Shizuku Hinamori, lead of the popular group known as Cheerful Days, has withdrawn from the group and left her agency. Out in the courtyard, Irie yells, stop right there, Shizuku! Irie, says Shizuku. Irie runs up to her. So the rumors that you were planning on leaving Cheerful Days were true? But why? Shizuku doesn't say anything. Why won't you say something, Irie yells. Tell me the truth, Shizuku! Hinamori, says Minori, running up. Is it really true that you quit? Shizuku says, they told me they were going to wait a little longer before announcing it. Then it's true, says Haruka. Shizuku doesn't respond. Why though? Irie yells. There's absolutely no reason for you to quit being an idol. You're so good that anybody would be jealous. You're beautiful, and you have an aura about you that makes people turn your way just by standing there. Shizuku says, why do you have to say that? What? Says Irie. You were the one who taught me that having heart was the most important thing, says Shizuku. That an idol is someone who gives hope to their fans. That's why I've tried so hard all this time to become that kind of idol. But now everyone attacks me, talking about my looks or how I was born to be an idol and don't have to work for it. Irie gasps. Did you quit because of me? She says. Because of what I said? Well, says Shizuku, I've been thinking about quitting for a while now, ever since things started falling apart with the others. The others, says Haruka. You mean the other members of Cheerful Days? Does that mean the rumors of them being jealous of you were true? Shizuku is quiet. Then she says, it wasn't like that at first. We used to have fun, competing, pushing each other to work harder. Everything changed once I started being the center. It began to seem like the selection process for choosing the center was just formality. It seemed like no matter how hard the others worked, I was the only one getting more job offers. They started to grow distant. I see, says Haruka. Shizuku continues. I tried to smooth things over so we could keep working together, but there was only so much I could do. I don't even know if I still like being an idol. Irie gasps. She says, it's my fault. I was supposed to give others hope, but instead I did the exact opposite. I stole your love of being an idol. Momoe, says Minori. No, please, Shizuku, says Irie. You're a true idol. You're not like me, Shizuku. I can't just stand by and watch this happen. She runs away. Momoe, says Minori. Where are you going? Haruka says, I'll bet she went to the Cheerful Days theater. What? Says Minori. Chapter 11. Thank you for everything. I need to go after Irie, Shizuku says. I'll go with you, says Minori. Minori? Haruka interrupts. Are you sure you want to do that? Huh? Says Minori. Haruka says, you'll probably see things you don't want to. When they're not on stage, even idols are just regular people. They get jealous of those with more talent. They resent others for being more popular just because they think they're prettier. If you go after Momoe now, you're sure to see things you wish you had. Thanks for worrying about me, Haruka, says Minori. Even so, I care too much for Momoe. I've got to go. Haruka is quiet for a moment and then says, of course you would say that. Alright, Minori, I'll go as well. In the Cheerful Days theater, the members of Cheerful Days are talking to each other. They say, looks like Shizuku's all over the news. Yeah, says another. What a pain. Right when we were finally making progress with a new song recording, too. Seriously, says a third. If she was going to quit, she could have at least made it look like she was moving on from the group instead of calling it quitting. This makes us look bad. There's footsteps coming. Hey, you! Irie shouts. Huh? Irie? Says one of the members. What are you doing here? I'm here to talk to you about Shizuku, says Irie. Oh, that, says another member. What about it? You always were tight with Shizuku, says a third member. I don't see what this could possibly have to do with someone who ran away after arguing with their own agency, though. More footsteps come, and Shizuku, Minori, and Haruka run in. Irie, Shizuku calls. That's right, says Irie. I did run away. I couldn't stand not getting work as an idol, so I left. Even then, I couldn't get anyone to see me as a proper idol, so I kept running. Even though what I should have done was work even harder to become the kind of idol I wanted to be. But Shizuku's different. She's been working hard as a center all this time. She's been doing her best with all of you to give hope to your fans. That's why... Why what? Interrupts one of the members. Says Irie. Shizuku's the one who decided to quit, says the member. What does that have to do with us? It's not like we told her to, says another. Besides, even if she stops working as an idol, a modeling agency or something would pick her up in no time. It must be so nice being pretty, says the first member. No matter how hard we work, she always got picked over us. Shizuku's quiet. Irie says, I hate the fact that I know exactly how you feel. That's right! I was just as jealous as you are. Jealous of Shizuku's looks and the fact that she was so special. I admit I was upset that she was always chosen over me, no matter how much effort I put in. But open your eyes! Shizuku never once took advantage of her position. She always put in the effort to live up to everyone's expectations of her. She continued trying to give hope to her fans. That's why she's so popular. That's why she was chosen as lead. All we did was start sulking in our own jealousy. She's nothing like us. Irie, says Shizuku. I'm sorry, Shizuku, says Irie. I'm so horrible. All I ever did was hurt you by only thinking of myself, even though you always believed in what I said and kept working hard to give everyone hope. Shizuku tears up. One of the members says, What are you doing here anyway, Shizuku? I've got some nerve showing up here after messing up our schedules. So what, says another member. You go crying to Irie and have her show up to complain in your place? You're such a pain in the ass. You said it, says the third member. I'm glad to finally be rid of her. Why you, says Irie. But then Minori cries, Momoy! Don't! You can't, Momoy! You're an idol, remember? And idols are supposed to give everyone hope. Irie gasps. One of the members says, Huh? Irie quit being an idol ages ago. Thank you, Minori, says Irie anyway. I almost lost it there. You're right. An idol shouldn't do something like that. Thank goodness, says Minori. Thank you for stopping her, says Shizuku. No, I didn't really do anything, says Minori. And thank you too, Irie, Shizuku adds. Shizuku, I'm sorry, says Irie. It's okay, says Shizuku. What you said just now made me really happy. Probably the happiest I've been since becoming an idol. You really are my idol. Shizuku, says Irie. Hey, why exactly are you still here, says one of the members. We've got practice, so could you leave already? You don't have to worry, says Shizuku. I won't be returning to cheerful days again. Good, says the member. Come on, guys, let's go. Goodbye, everyone, says Shizuku. I'm sorry for being such a disappointing center. Thank you for everything. Chapter 12. Idol Qualifications. The sun sets as the four walk home down an alleyway of Kamiyama Street. Irie says, Sorry you had to see that, Minori. Haruka. Don't worry about it, says Minori. I'm just glad nobody was hurt. Haruka says nothing. Irie says, Shizuku, I'm sorry. I was only thinking about myself. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm truly sorry for everything. Irie, says Shizuku. Irie, could I ask you a favor? Huh? Says Irie. Shizuku says, I want you to be an idol again. Irie says, What? Shizuku says, What you said back there made me really happy. I realized there really was someone who actually saw me as I was. With just a few words, you managed to fill me with hope. But, says Irie, Shizuku interrupts. You are and always were an idol. The one who told me what I needed to hear to make it through the tough times. The one who showed me the dream of becoming a true idol. That was all you, Irie. Irie gasps. Shizuku says, That's why I'm sure you can give even more hope to others. I want to see that Irie again. After a quiet moment, Irie smiles and says, You can be so unfair sometimes, Shizuku. What? I can? Says Shizuku. Irie says, I can't very well say no to you after all that. Shizuku says, Does that mean? Irie says, You're going to join me though. Huh? Says Shizuku. Irie says, You did say I'm the one who showed you the dream of becoming a true idol, didn't you? If that's your dream, then you can't give up. I may be your idol, but you're mine as well. It's frustrating never measuring up to you, but I still want to see you standing up on stage. I can't return to being an idol knowing I was the reason you stopped being one. Irie, says Shizuku. All right, we'll do this together then, Irie. I'd always hoped we could be idols together someday. We may have given up our dream once, but I feel like we can make it this time, so long as we're together. Shizuku, says Irie. Okay, this time I promise not to give up. Let's do it, Shizuku. Yeah, says Shizuku. Let's give it our best, Irie. She loads Irie into a hug. What are you doing? Says Irie. Don't glom onto me. Mori, I'm so happy for both of you, says Minori.
Haruka is still quiet.
Shizuku says, I can't believe I get to be an idol with Irie. It's like a dream come true. Okay, says Irie. If we're going to do this, then let's make sure to be the best. We'll give our fans more hope than anyone else can. Of course, says Shizuku. Irie says, we have a lot to think about though. Like what agencies might accept us and the logistics of everything. I guess we should probably practice together first. How about we start tomorrow after school up on the roof? Minori says, What? Really? Shizuku says, That would be wonderful. But are you sure we won't be in the way, Minori? Oh, of course not, says Minori. I'd love for you both to come. Haruka, says Irie. Would you like to practice with us every once in a while? To be honest, I'd love a few pointers. I've been watching you since you were in Asrun. You were always the best of the best, and I'd like to get back into form ASAP. Sorry, says Haruka, but I'll have to pass. Shizuku says, I'd like it if you joined us as well. If we had Haruka to help teach us, I'm sure. Haruka gasps. The screen goes black. Haruka has a flashback. Please, if you help teach me, I'm sure I would improve. Stop it, says Haruka, and we're back in real life. I have no right to be an idol. What? Says Minori. Haruka gasps. Irie says, What do you mean you don't have the right? Nothing, says Haruka. I misspoke. It's nothing. Haruka, says Shizuku. Please don't worry about me, says Haruka, backing away. I just want to be a regular student. But good luck, you three. I'll be cheering for you. She walks away. Haruka, wait, says Minori. What she said, says Irie, meant something, didn't it? Haruka, says Shizuku. I wonder if something happened. Minori thinks, Haruka doesn't have the right to be an idol? Why would she think that? Chapter 13. Liar. It's a sunny day on the Miyama Suzuka Girls Academy rooftop, where our three girls are exercising. Minori thinks, I've gotta pay attention to the angle of my arms here. Minori, calls Irie. You're not in step with Shizuku. You've got to pay attention when you're dancing together. Irie, maybe we should take a break, says Shizuku. I think Minori is having a little trouble focusing today. Minori says, I'm sorry. And after you were nice enough to practice with me. Shizuku says, It's alright. I understand. You're worried about what Haruka said yesterday, aren't you? That's... says Minori. There's no reason to hide it, says Irie. We're worried about her too. After hearing her say she doesn't have the right to be an idol like that, anyone would worry. You're right, says Shizuku. Irie says, There were a lot of articles online and in the magazines claiming they'd uncovered the reason she quit, but none of them rang true. I figured maybe she really did just want to study at school like a regular student, but... Minori thinks, I wonder what happened. Time passes. At the school gate, Shizuku says, "That reminds me, did you submit the application for your audition?" "Oh, yes," says Minori. "I made sure to double-check the address and the fee, too." "All that's left now is to cross your fingers then," says Irie. "You've done everything else you can." "Right," says Minori. "Thanks for all the help, Amoy. Hinamori? I'm sure this time will be different." "Amoy? Hinamori?" repeats a voice. "Wait, are you Momoy from QT and Hinamori from Cheerful Days?" "Huh?" says Irie. "Who are you? Not another reporter after an interview with Shizuku It's a girl their age wearing a dress that's not from their school, with shoulder-length brown hair and wide green eyes. Minori says, "What? It's Asran's former member, Mai! What are you doing here? Oh, I absolutely love the song Rainbow Parameters that you and Haruka sang together. You and Haruka were always so perfectly in sync. Says Mai. "Thank you." Thanks, Minori. "I made her uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Irie, calm, says, "I haven't seen you since you quit Asran about a year ago. What are you doing here?" "Well, says Mai. Shizuku guesses, "Did you come to see Haruka?" Mai is quiet. At a diner, Mai says, "I see, so Haruka already went home. Thank you for helping me look for her, Moi, Namori. You too, Hanasato." "Don't mention it," says Irie. "Why did you decide to wait outside the school gates, though? I know you both quit, but you were in the same group, right? Don't you have her number?" "Well, yes, I do," says Mai. "I wasn't sure I'd be able to say what I wanted to say over the phone or a text." "What you wanted to say?" repeats Irie. Mai goes quiet. Shizuku says, "I get the feeling that there's more to this. We're willing to listen if you need someone to talk to. We're all ex-idols, after all. We might be able to help you." Mai is quiet for a moment and then says, "I came to apologize to Haruka. It's my fault that Haruka quit as an idol." "What?" says Minori. "Hold on, what do you mean it's your fault?" says Irie. What happened between you two?" After a while, Mai says, "I really looked up to Haruka. She's the reason I joined Asran. Whether it was for a concert or an event, Haruka always said she wanted to give everyone hope for tomorrow. I really loved that message. Whenever things got tough, I would remember those words and they'd cheer me up." "Oh," says Minori. Mai continues, "I realized that I wanted to become an idol just like Haruka. I practiced my singing and dancing every day, and I was so happy when I was finally accepted into Asran." A flashback appears to the Asran audition site. Mai, in the past, says, "It's nice to meet you. I'm Mai, the new member. Haruka?" "Yes," says Haruka in the past. "Your words have given me so much hope, and I'm so happy to be a part of Asran." "My words did?" repeats Haruka. "Thank you. That makes me happy. I hope we can both work hard together, Mai." Back in the present, Mai says, "Even watching from beside her on stage, I still looked up to her. She was always so cool with her straightforward, earnest attitude. No matter how hard practice was or how busy my schedule got, I was able to get through it because of her kindness." Before I realized it, my own popularity started to increase. Eventually, I got to sing up on stage with her. I was so happy. But I entered a slump during my third year at Asran. Slump?" Shizuku repeats. Mai says, "It happened after I kept messing up the recording of one of our new songs. No matter how much I tried, I just couldn't get my part down. I even started messing up during our shows, and my dancing just started falling apart too. I started becoming a burden on the others." Back in the past, Mai says, "It's no good. I just can't sing." Haruka says, "That's not true. You've improved so much since you started. If you keep at it." Mai interrupts, "But our next concert is coming up. People are going to see me mess up and start saying I don't practice enough again." "Haruka, I don't want to go on stage." "Mai," says Haruka, "tomorrow will always be a better day. Hold on to hope and keep working hard. And I'm sure things will get better." "Haruka," says Mai. In the present, Mai says, "Those words gave me the courage I needed yet again. I started trying even harder, putting in hours and hours of practice. Even after my trainers told me I wouldn't get any better, I just kept going. And then I ended up injuring my vocal cords." "No way," says Irie. Mai says, After practicing so much, I could no longer hit the high notes. The doctor said it differed case by case, but that it could take years to fully heal. And if I wasn't careful, the process could take even longer. At the time, I basically took that to mean I could no longer be an idol. The future seemed so dark, so I lashed out at Haruka, who'd come to the doctor with me. In the past, in a hospital room, Mai says, "Why? Why can't I sing anymore? It's not fair. I worked so hard. I never gave up. And now this happens?" "Mai," says Haruka. "Haruka," says Mai, "you're a liar." Haruka gasps. Mai says, "You said hope was all I needed. This all happened because I kept working so hard. That time I wasted. My dream of being an idol. Give it back." Haruka is quiet. Chapter 14. That Which You Give. In the present, Minori thinks, "I had no idea. That must be why Haruka said she has no right to be an idol. I've regretted what I said ever since. I think about it every day. Haruka gave me hope more times than I can count. I looked up to her. She was my most important friend. Yet, how could I have said such horrible things?" Shizuku looks thoughtful. Mai continues, "So when I heard that Haruka was retiring, all I could see was that same darkness again. I just knew it was my fault. I need to apologize to her. I know apologizing probably won't change anything, but still, I have to tell her I'm sorry. So when I heard that Haruka was retiring, all I could see was that same darkness again. I just knew it was my fault. I need to apologize to her. I know apologizing probably won't change anything, but still, I have to tell her I'm sorry." Irie thinks for a moment and then says, "Look, whatever's going on between you two isn't really our business, but if there's something you want to let her know, you should just tell her." "I agree," says Shizuku. "Even if you've caused her pain in the past, talking about it will help you move forward." "Momoi, Hinamori," says Mai. "Thank you so much." Minori still looks unsure. The next day, on their school rooftop, Irie says, "Haruka sure is late. She was supposed to be here by now." Shizuku says, "She probably got stopped by someone on the way. Let's give her a little more time." Mai is also there and looks very nervous. Minori thinks, is it really a good idea to let Haruka see Mai? What if it just makes her feel even worse? But if they don't talk, I'll worry about Mai. Shizuku says, "I know you're worried." Minori says, "Huh?" Shizuku says, "But I think it's more painful to let two friends continue misunderstanding one another. At least, that's how I felt." Minori is quiet. Then the door opens. Haruka says, "Sorry to keep you waiting. What did you want?" "Huh?" "Haruka!" says Mai. "Mai?" says Haruka. "What are you doing here?" Mai says, "I'm sorry for showing up so suddenly like this, but I just had to come apologize." Haruka gasps. Mai says, "Haruka, I'm truly sorry. Things I said to you back then, all this time I've been wondering how I could have said such horrible things. I kept thinking I needed to apologize, and then I heard you quit being an idol." Haruka's quiet. Mai says, "I'm so sorry. I know it's too late for my apology to do anything, but it's my fault that you..." "Mai, look at me," says Haruka. "I'm sorry too, Mai. I've wanted to apologize as well. I pushed you too hard and wasn't able to do anything to help when you suffered as a result. And you have it wrong, Mai. It's not your fault that I quit being an idol." Mai gasps. Haruka continues, "I simply wanted to study as a normal student. I wanted to see what it was like to not be an idol. That's why..." "You're lying," Mai interrupts. "We worked together long enough that even I know that's not what you really think." Haruka goes quiet. Mai says, "I'm sorry." Haruka says, "Really, that's all there was to it. There's no reason for you to feel responsible. But thank you so much for coming all the way to see me, Mai." "Haruka," says Mai. Time passes and dawn settles over the rooftop. Irie says, "Sorry for tricking you into coming like that." Haruka says, "It's fine. I'm sure you're all just worried about me because of what I said yesterday." "Well, yeah," says Irie. "But are you sure you're okay just quitting like this?" Haruka thinks for a moment and then says, "It's true that the reason I felt as though I didn't have the right to be an idol was due to what happened with Mai. But she can't ever know that. I don't want her to keep regretting what happened in the past." "Haruka," says Minori. Haruka continues, "I honestly don't have any regrets for my time as an idol. I did everything I was able to. Besides, I have nothing more I can give." Irie and Shizuku are quiet, but then Minori says, "That's not true." "Huh?" says Haruka. Minori says, "It's not true that you have nothing more to give. You gave me so much hope. You're the reason I'm able to try so hard to become an idol. No matter how many times I fail, I never give up. And that's because you gave me hope to keep looking forward, so please don't say that." Haruka says, "Thank you, Minori. It makes me happy to hear that. But I really don't have anything left to give. After all, no matter how much I want to get up on stage, I just can't." "What?" says Minori. Chapter 15. So close, yet so far. The screen goes black, and Haruka remembers Mai saying, "Haruka, you're a liar. You said hope was all I needed. This all happened because I kept working so hard. Blah, blah, blah." "Haruka!" a voice calls. "Haruka!" And suddenly, Haruka's on an idol stage. "What?" says Haruka. This is clearly a flashback, and she's dressed in idol uniform. We're on next," says a fellow Azran member. "Are you okay?" "Oh, yeah," says Haruka. "I'm alright. Let's go." "Next up," calls the MC, "please welcome Azran to the stage." Haruka gets up on stage and sings. She thinks, "Everything's fine. I can still sing the same as usual. It's my fault for pushing Mai too hard. Now her fans have lost their idol. So now I've got to work even harder. Right now, it's the only thing I can do for the fans." "Thank you for the wonderful performance, Azran," says the MC, and the crowd cheers. One of the Azran members says, "Good work, everyone." "Haruka, are you feeling nervous today?" "Huh?" says Haruka. Why do you ask?" "Your knees are shaking," says the Azran member. "I don't think I've ever seen you like this before." My knees?" says Haruka. "I'm not sure why." Time skip. Azran's manager says, "All the locations we booked for your next tour can hold over 30,000 people. Give it your best for the fans all across the country." "Of course," chorus all the Azran members. But Haruka says, "That many people." "Haruka?" says one of the Azran members. Haruka thinks, "I've got to make sure to give everyone hope, but at the same time I have to make sure not to push too hard or hurt anyone." Back on another stage, the crowd's cheering outside. The manager says, "Everyone ready? The show's about to start. Do your best." Haruka thinks, "My knees are shaking again today. This has never happened to me before. I can do this. Our fans are waiting out there for us. And idols' job is to always give others hope no matter what." She says out loud, "Huh?" "Come on, Haruka," calls one of the Azran members. "What's wrong, Haruka?" says the manager. "Are you feeling all right?" Haruka says, "My legs, they won't move." "Why won't they move? Please, move. I have to go out there. I'm begging you." And then she remembers Mai saying again, "Haruka, you're a liar. You said all I needed." Haruka says, I have to give everyone hope. But even if I do, I'll only end up pushing someone too hard again." The screen goes black and she says, "That's not something an idol should do." In the present, on the rooftop, at dawn, Haruka says, "Whenever I try to get on a stage now, my legs won't move." Oh no," says Minori. Haruka continues, "I spoke with my agency, and even went to see a doctor, but the problem was all in my head. I was told the only way to fix it was to come to terms with whatever was affecting me. I tried speaking with specialists and reading books about it, but nothing worked. I really did try my best to get to a point where I could get up on stage again. But it doesn't matter anymore. I accepted my shortcomings and decided to give up. But, says Minori. Minori, says Haruka. There are some things that are impossible, no matter how hard you try. Minori flinches back. Haruka says, "Thank you for worrying about me, everyone. I guess I'll be going." "Stop right there," says Irie. "It's true that it may not be easy, but that doesn't mean you have to give up already. You're only 16. It's still too early to know for sure. Even if you think things are impossible, something could still change." Shizuku says, "You have no idea how hard things must have been for you. But are you really sure you're okay with this?" Haruka is quiet for a moment and then says, "I'm sorry. I really have to go." She runs away, door closing behind her. Minori is left there. As they walk home, Irie says, "I still can't believe Haruka went through all that." Shizuku says, "I had no idea. She looked so happy when we recorded together last year." Irie says, "She was probably trying to hide it from everyone so her fans and friends wouldn't worry. She really is an idol, the real deal. It would be a real shame for her to never get on stage again." Minori is still quiet. In Minori's room, Minori thinks, Haruka can't get on stage anymore. I have been asking her all sorts of questions about being an idol. I even practiced in front of her. Forced her to relive those memories. It must have been so hard on her. She screams out loud, "I'm such an idiot!" She thinks, isn't there anything I can do for her? She's given me so much that I want to give her something in return. I want to help lessen the pain, even if only a little. But if Haruka's trying to walk away from her life as an idol, wouldn't I just be causing more problems? It's no good. I can barely think straight. But then she remembers Miku saying, "So if things ever get tough, or if you or someone else is ever having trouble finding your feelings, come to Sekai for a visit." "Oh," says Minori. "Sekai." Chapter 16. A Blue View. On the stage, Sekai, Rin says, "Great. Everything looks perfect. Miku, let's have another day full of shows." "Yeah," says Miku. Isn't that Minori?" both the idols say. "It is Minori." "Hi, Minori! You came to see us!" "Huh?" She notices Minori's sad expression. Minori says, "Sorry for just showing up like this." Rin says, "Is everything alright, Minori? Did something happen?" "Well, yes," says Minori. "I'm not sure what to do anymore." "Would you tell us about it?" says Miku. "We'd love to help if we can." "That's right," says Rin. "You can talk to us about anything." "Miku, Rin," says Minori. "Thank you. I've had terrible luck ever since I can remember. It would rain on days I was supposed to go on field trips, or birds would poop on me when I was wearing my favorite clothes. So many little things would always get me down. There was even a time when it was so bad I couldn't go to school. But that's when I saw Haruka on TV. Her singing and dancing were so good that I could barely believe we were the same age. Before I realized it, I couldn't take my eyes off her. Then she said something after she finished singing. Tomorrow will always be a better day. She said she would give everyone the hope to believe in a better tomorrow. I was so moved by those words. I started believing that the good days would always come eventually, no matter how bad today was. Ah, I see, says Miku. Minori continues. I started wanting to be just like Haruka so I could give others hope the way she does. I may have failed every single audition I went to, but I still enjoyed chasing after Haruka each and every day. Miku says, So it was Haruka that brightened your days and gave you hope. Yeah, says Minori. I'm the person I am today because of her. But Haruka has been suffering this whole time. She's been worried she can't bring others hope anymore and has become too afraid to go on the stage. She gave up being an idol. I want to encourage her since she's the one who gave me hope, but I have no idea how to do it. Miku says, Haruka is really important to you, isn't she? That's why you're so worried about her. You're such a kind person, Minori. Hey, how would you like to watch another of our shows? I'll prepare a special seat just for you. What? Says Minori. A special seat? Come on, follow us, says Rin. The crowd cheers. Minori says, Wow, so this is what it's like to be backstage. Huh? Why is there a seat at the edge of the stage? This is your seat, Minori, says Rin. Come on, me, dude, let's go. What? Says Minori. You want me to watch the show from here? The crowd cheers again as Rin and Miku head out. Hello, everyone, says Rin. A very special friend has come to watch our show today. Miku says, so we'd like her to enjoy the show from a very special seat. The crowd cheers again. Miku says, we hope you enjoy the show, Minori. All right, time to get started. Whoa, says Minori. Miku and Rin sing and dance. Minori thinks, Miku and Rin's shows really are fantastic. I can feel myself being revitalized. Rin says, and now it's time for our next song. Minori says, oh, everyone's glow sticks turn blue. It's so beautiful. It really does look like an ocean from up here. So this is what Haruka always saw. The concert ends and Rin says, we're back, Minori. How was the show? Minori says, it was amazing. You two were so perfectly in sync, and it was wonderful seeing the view Haruka used to see. Rin says, hee hee, the blue ocean of glow sticks really is beautiful from up here. Miku says, the glow sticks sometimes turn all blue like that when we do shows in this world. Minori says, oh, they did that the last time I was here too. But why? Miku says, I'm not sure. This world is created from feelings though. Perhaps it's a representation of someone's emotions. Minori repeats, someone's emotions? She remembers Haruka saying, a long time ago in this Sekai, all those happy, smiling faces bathed in a cool blue light. It was so beautiful. I won't ever see it again though. Minori realizes, could it be Haruka's? Could it be Haruka's? If it really is Haruka's emotions, does that mean she still wants to see that ocean of blue? But if that's true... She remembers Haruka saying, whenever I try to get on stage now, my legs won't move. But it doesn't matter anymore. I accepted my shortcomings and decided to give up. Minori says, that's so sad. For her to never look out again on the view she most wants to see. Minori, says Rin. Minori goes quiet, thinking. But maybe there is still something I can do for Haruka. Minori says out loud, Miku, Rin, would it be okay for me to bring Haruka up on stage? I want to show her those lights. If she can't be an idol again, then at the very least I want her to see her favorite view once more. Sure, of course, says Miku. Thank you, says Minori. I'll bring Haruka, so please do another show when she gets here. But, says Miku, I wonder if it might be better for you to put on the show instead of us. What? Me do a show? Yeah, says Miku. I think it would be better for you to convey your desire to cheer Haruka up yourself. But I've never performed on stage before, says Minori. Don't worry, says Rin. Haruka is really important to you, right? I'm sure you'll do just great. Minori, unsure, goes quiet. She thinks, no matter what was going on in my life, Haruka would always give me hope from up on stage. This time, it's my turn to do the same thing. Okay, says Minori. I'll do my best. I'll show Haruka what she wants to see most. Fade to black, and show Haruka walking home at night. The song plays and Haruka looks up. Oh, she says. She thinks, this is one of Asran's songs. She remembers being on stage in her idol uniform, smiling out at the crowd. She says, such an idiot. I know I can't go back. Chapter 17. To see that view once more. Whew! Up on the girls' rooftop, Iry's not having a good time. She says. Iry, says Shizuku, are you still worried about Haruka? Yeah, says Iry. I can't help thinking about her. Of all the idols I know, I think Haruka felt the most responsibility and took the most pride in her work. Which means that her decision to quit would have been that much more painful for her. Even I've had a hard time since I quit. I know it was my own choice, but from waking up in the morning to going to sleep at night, I couldn't stop wondering whether I'd really made the right decision. I couldn't even see how much I was worrying those around me. It was the same for me. All I could think about was how painful things were. At first, I tried to be positive and think about the fact that I'd have more time to myself without having to worry about what others thought, but it was no good. I may have ended up an idol by accident, but somewhere along the way, it became extremely important to me. So when I quit, it felt like I'd lost a part of myself. It was really hard. I wonder if Haruka feels the same way. I wonder if there's anything we can do for her, says Iry. I know it's not our place to second-guess a decision she struggled so hard to make. But still. You're right, says Shizuku. As fellow ex-idols, maybe there's something we can do for her. Although I don't know what that might be. There's footsteps, and then Minori flings open the door. Good morning, she calls. Oh, good morning, Minori, says Shizuku. Why are you so out of breath? I'm gonna need lots of stamina if I'm going to put on a show, says Minori, so I ran 10 kilometers before practice. What's with this sudden burst of enthusiasm, says Iry. You were so down yesterday. Wait, did you say show? I'm going to put on a show for Haruka, says Minori. Really? Say Iry and Shizuku. We skip over some time. Shizuku says, so that sea of blue glow sticks is a precious memory of Haruka's? Minori says, right, and I think I can show it to her again by putting on a show in that other world. That's why I decided to do this, even if it only helps cheer her up a little. But that view is only really visible from up on stage, right, says Iry. So for her to see it, she'll have to be up there, which is the one thing she can't do. What are you gonna do about that? Shizuku says, and if it really is a precious memory from her time as an idol, seeing it may be hard for her. Well, I suppose that's true, says Minori. She remembers little Haruka on the stage saying, I'm here to give everyone hope for a better tomorrow. She remembers Haruka on the rooftop saying, there are some things that are impossible no matter how hard you try. Minori says, but Haruka no longer believes that tomorrow can be a better day. It must be so painful for her to not look forward to the future like that. If there's even a chance that it will help her move forward, I want her to see that view once more. That light comes from the feelings of all the people Haruka gave hope to. I'm sure it will reach her. Everyone's hope that Haruka can move forward, even if she's no longer an idol, will reach her. I'm still thinking of a way to get her to come with me to the stage. But until I can, Haruka and I are both stuck in the present. And if one show isn't enough to restore Haruka's faith, then I'll keep putting on shows until she's able to move on. Minori, says Shizuku. Ugh, says Iry. So in other words, you don't have a plan at all. But you've always been like that, haven't you? You're so rash and unreasonable. Shizuku laughs. You say that, but you've already decided to help, haven't you? I guess so, says Iry. Can't really blame her for something like this after what I did at your agency. Minori, would you let us do the show with you? Huh? Says Minori. Yes, says Shizuku. I'd love to help too. We were just wondering what we could do to help cheer up Haruka. I'm finally able to think positively again thanks to what Iry did for me. And since you're always thinking so much about Haruka, I believe that together, we might just be able to cheer her up. Besides, says Iry, we can't very well call ourselves idols if we don't cheer on someone with as much nasty as you. Minori says, thank you so much, Hinamori. Back in the stage, Sekai, Rin says, I wonder how Minori and the others are doing. Maybe I should go and check in on them. Hee hee, says Miku. I'm sure if we wait, they'll come visit soon. Oh, see, here they come now. Miku! Rin! Calls Minori. Oh, says Rin. Iry and Shizuku are here too. It's been a while. How have you been? Good, says Iry. Thanks for everything, Rin. It's thanks to you that I'm finally able to try again. Hee hee! I'm so glad you're feeling better, Iry, says Rin. Idols really do look their best when they smile. You're right, says Shizuku. Iry always seems so strange when she's feeling down. Strange, says Irie. Hey, even I get depressed sometimes, you know. Miku, Rin, guess what? Says Minori. Moi and Hinamori have decided to join the show to help cheer up Haruka. You dropped by to see how big the stage was in order to help with practice, says Irie. In that case, why don't you stay here to practice, says Rin. What do you think, Miku? Yeah, says Miku. This world was created from your feelings, after all. As long as we're not putting on a show, feel free to practice here as much as you like. Really? Says Shizuku. That would be a huge help. Right, Minori? Yeah, says Minori. Thank you, Miku. Rin. More time passes. Irie says, Stop. You're not moving your arms enough. You keep doing that during the second half of the song. Think about making sure your feelings can reach all the way to the people in the back. Let's try that again. Right, says Minori. Shizuku says, your pitch keeps changing a bit as well. That tends to happen when you tense up, so make sure to pay attention to your breathing, especially when you're nervous. If you do that, your feelings will travel even further. Right, says Minori. Slow down my breathing, relax my shoulders. Wow, says Rin, watching. With Irie and Shizuku's feelings working together like this, their performance is starting to shine brighter and brighter. Hee, says Miku. I have a feeling this is going to be a great show. More time passes. Minori finally says, I did it! That one felt perfect all the way through to the end. Hold on, says Irie. Let's check the recording to see. Oh yeah, looks great. This should be good enough to perform for Haruka. Well done, Minori, says Shizuku. I feel like you were setting the pace there at the end, though. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it, says Minori. It's thanks to you two that I've come this far. Thank you so much. All that's left is to reach Haruka. Right, say Irie and Shizuku. Chapter 18. I hope I saw that day. Up on the school rooftop. The door opens and Haruka's up there. Irie says, Sorry to keep asking you up here like this, Haruka. No, it's alright, says Haruka. What did you need to talk to me about today? Actually, says Minori, we wanted to ask you to come somewhere with us. We thought that a change of scenery might help cheer you up. Minori, says Haruka. Alright, sorry for making you worry so much. I can't stay out late though, so I can't go far. Don't worry, says Minori. It's not far, so... And she grabs Haruka's hand. We'll be there in no time. Huh? Says Haruka. Minori, why are you grabbing my hand? Alright, Haruka, says Minori. Time to go visit our Sekai! That light, says Haruka. Are you trying to... A white light envelops the screen. And we're in stage Sekai again. The crowd cheers. Haruka says, I thought so, but why bring me back here, Minori? Minori? Where'd you go? Up on stage, Minori says, Moi, Hinamori, Miku, Rin, let's do it just like we practiced. Irie and Shizuku say, let's do it. Miku and Rin say, we've got this. The crowd cheers again as Minori, Irie, and Shizuku appear on stage in idol costumes. Huh? Says Haruka. What are Minori and the others doing on stage? Minori calls out, Hello! My name is Minori Hanasato. The crowd cheers again. Minori says, This is a little sudden, but there's an idol I look up to more than anyone. That's you, Haruka Kiritani. Haruka stares. Minori says, Haruka has given me more hope than I can put into words. But right now, she's having a really hard time, and she always looks so sad. I want to help restore her faith in tomorrow, even if only a little. That is the reason I'm up here today. And that's why we're going to give it everything we've got. Shizuku says, We hope you enjoy the show. Irie says, It's gonna be the best show you've ever seen. Minori says, So please listen as we sing with all of our heart. Boom. The sky turns blue again, and Minori starts singing. Shizuku thinks, She's off to a perfect start. Her voice is reaching farther than ever before. Irie thinks, She seems a little nervous, but she's moving just as we practiced. Keep it up, Minori. All that's left is to reach Haruka. Haruka says, Blue glow sticks. Minori thinks, Big movements. Make sure to move all the way to my fingertips. Control my breathing, and don't lose the pace. I've got to use all the strength I have to reach her. I've got to make sure Haruka can see this view again. Haruka thinks, Minori's shoulders look a little tense, but she's really giving it everything she's got. I'm sure she's trying to make her feelings reach me. Suddenly, Haruka remembers a time when she was little. on an idol stage. Little Haruka thinks, What do I do? This is my first solo since I debuted. I'm so nervous. Everyone is looking forward to this so much. What if I mess up? No, an idol is meant to give hope. I can't let myself think such negative thoughts. I can do this! Baby Haruka says out loud, Everyone, thank you for coming today. I'm going to get rid of... She thinks, oh no, my voice is shaking. What am I going to do? I have to sing all by myself. And then she says, Huh? Everyone's glow sticks are turning blue. It's so pretty. A fan from the crowd calls, Good luck with your solo, Haruka! Another says, You can do it! We believe in you! Haruka thinks, That's right. I'm not the only one doing the giving. The only reason I can be an idol is because of all the love everyone gives me. I want to give even more back to them. I want to give them a show good enough to say thank you for this view they've given me. Haruka says, Thank you so much for all your support. I can feel your love filling the stage. Now it's my turn to give it all back to you. The crowd cheers. Back in real life, Haruka says, That's right. That view was created by everyone's feelings. Haruka, Miku interrupts. Are you enjoying the show? Everyone practiced really hard, you know. Look, says Rin. There are blue lights as far as you can see. Miku. Rin, says Haruka. You're right. It's just like that view that I love so much. She thinks, I know it must look even more beautiful from up on stage. But the crowd cheers as Minori, Airi, and Shizuku finish their performance. Minori says, Thank you so much. The crowd cheers even more. Minori calls, Hey, Haruka! Would you join us on stage? The view from up here is beautiful. We worked really hard because we wanted you to see this view. We thought seeing it from the stage once more might help you move forward again. Haruka says, I'm sorry, but I can't. My legs are shaking just from standing near the stage. In that case, grab my hand, says Minori. What? Says Haruka. Haruka, says Minori. You've given me so much. I started dancing because I wanted to be just like you. I was never very good at sports, but this was fun. Before I realized it, I'd fallen in love with dancing. I even made a lot of friends by going to see your shows. I don't see them very often because of how far away they live, but we still keep in touch. And the first time you waved at me during one of your shows, I was so happy that I started crying. It was the first time I realized having feelings for someone else could make you so happy. And Haruka, you gave me my dream of becoming an idol. This is about all I can do for you, but I want you to see this view, to remember what it's like to look forward. I want you to believe again that tomorrow will be a better day. Minori, says Haruka. Haruka, Miku says, what do you want to do? Says Haruka. She remembers standing up on stage once more and says, I want to get on stage. I want to see that view once more. Haruka, says Minori. Go on and take Minori's hand, says Rin. Everything will be fine. We'll help you get up on stage as well. Up you go, say Miku and Rin. Says Haruka. I'm actually on stage, but I'm still shaking so badly I can't stand. Suddenly, Airi and Shizuku are on both her sides. Shizuku says, if that's the case, we'll support you as many times as it takes. That's what we're here for. Now give me an arm. Airi will take the other. There you go, says Airi. If you can't do something alone, all you need is some help. Come on, Haruka! Stop staring down at your feet already. Turn around and look up! Oh, says Haruka. It's so beautiful. Minori says, this is all the light of the hope you've given people. The reason I strive to be an idol. Being able to perform here on stage with the others. It's all thanks to the hope you've given me, Haruka. If it hadn't been for you, I would never have experienced this view. All these lights represent the number of times you've given me hope. So I want to tell you over and over again, I'm really, truly grateful for all the hope you've given me. Haruka says, I gave you hope? I see. So it really did reach you. Haruka, says Minori. And then the screen flashes white. Minori gasps. Huh? My phone is glowing. No, wait. It's the untitled track? Chapter 19. We are idolution netai. Irie says, it's not just Minori's. Our untitled tracks are glowing too. Miku says, now that you've found your true feelings, they're about to give birth to a new song. Songs are all made of the true feelings within people's hearts. True feelings? Says Minori. What do you mean our true feelings? Says Irie. It makes sense that you might not get it. After all, you've had them from the very beginning. That's right, says Shizuku. Even when we were close to losing sight of ours, you always kept these feelings close. What? Says Minori. Haruka says, the desire to become an idol, be the kind who gives hope to everyone around them. Those are mine. No, those are our true feelings. Thank you. If it weren't for all of you, I wouldn't have been able to move forward. Irie, Shizuku, thank you. And thank you so much, Minori. No, says Minori. Please don't thank me. Nomori and Hinamori had helped me the entire time. That's not true, says Irie. You're the reason all of us were able to rediscover our true feelings, Minori. That's right, says Shizuku. Thank you for helping us remember what was most important, Minori. Minori, says Haruka, as you took my hand and pulled me back up, that I was able to reclaim this feeling. Haruka, says Minori. Moi. Nomori. Hey, interrupts Miku. What do you say we all sing this song together? Do you mind if I join you? Says Minori. Sing with Miku? Being able to sing with you would be wonderful. Great, says Rin. Why don't I get things warmed up as the MC then? Let's put on a great show, everyone. Let's sing together, says Miku. A CG fades in on screen. Haruka is now wearing the same idol outfit as everyone else, and she dances toward the crowd, smiling. The blue surrounds her. Fade back to the stage Sekai, and Minori says, this is so much fun! That was my best performance yet, says Irie. Being an idol really is the best. Shizuku says, I wonder how long it's been since I felt like this. Haruka is quiet for a moment and then says, it really is a beautiful sight. Huh? Says Irie. The name of the song changed. What? Says Minori. Oh, you're right. Let's see. Newly Edgy Idols? Idol Shinette Dai? Is this the song we just sang? Yeah, says Miku. It's the song born from everyone's feelings. Laughs Haruka. It was so fun and upbeat. A perfect song for looking forward to the future, Minori. Yeah, says Minori. Miku, Rin, thank you so much. Thanks to you, our feelings were finally able to reach Haruka. Yes, says Haruka. Miku, Rin, thank you for giving me the push I needed. I have no way of thanking you enough. I don't know what to say. Miku says, the fact that you all found our feelings and sang them for us is more than enough to make us happy. That's right, says Rin. Oh, but we hope you'll come back and sing for us again sometime. I agree, says Miku. After all, this is your Sekai. Come back and visit anytime. Especially if you're ever feeling down, says Rin. We'll make sure to cheer you right back up. Of course, says Irie. Thank you, Rin. Rin, says Shizuku. You helped Irie and I when we needed it most. Thank you so much. You're welcome, says Rin. Miku, Rin, says Minori. That show you did was so much fun. Would it be okay if we performed with you again sometime? Miku and Rin say, of course. And fade back to the real world. On the streets of Miyamazuka. Mai, you remember Mai, right? Says, really? Haruka says, yeah, I think I'm going to become an idol again. I really think that's what I meant to be. Mai says, that's great. I'm so glad. Does that mean you're going back to the agency? Or have you gotten an offer from somewhere else? Haruka says, I actually haven't thought that far ahead. But I do have an idea. Huh? Says Mai. Chapter 20. More jump! Days later, on the Miyamazuka Girls Academy rooftop, Minori says, alright, here goes. I'm going to open it. Irie and Shizuku gasp, and Minori opens it. Another rejection! No! What? Says Irie. Let me see that email. They really rejected you. What the hell are the reviewers thinking? That's too bad, says Shizuku. Oh, I know. What do we say we get some udon on the way home? I know a really good place near the station. Minori laughs. Thanks for worrying about me. Even after all the help you both gave me. Why are you so down, says Irie. This isn't like you. Huh? Says Minori. She's right, says Shizuku. You're the idol who was able to cheer us all up, remember? Something like this isn't going to make you give up, is it? Minori gasps. Of course not! One more failure is nothing. I'm going to dedicate myself even more to becoming an idol capable of giving hope to others. More! That's better, says Irie. That's the Minori we know. The door to the roof opens. Haruka says, I thought I'd find you all here. Haruka? Says Minori. Great timing, Haruka, says Irie. We were just about to start practice. Would you help us out? Minori just got a rejection letter, so we're going to be working her extra hard today. Minori, says Haruka. You failed the Mori Pro audition? Oh, yeah, says Minori. But I'm not giving up. I'll work harder until I can be an idol just like you, Haruka. More! Haruka is quiet for a moment, and then says, Hey, I have a suggestion. A suggestion? Says Shizuku. Haruka says, What do you think about being idols together? What? Says Minori. Haruka says, We start a brand new idol group and work as a team. Where did this come from? Says Irie. Haruka says, We all have the same dream. The dream of being idols who give hope to others. I think we'd be able to give people even more hope if we were to team up. All of us together, repeats Shizuku. Oh, I like it. Working together would be encouraging, and I'm sure we would be able to put on wonderful shows by helping each other. Of course, if Irie agrees to it, that is. Irie says, Are you sure about this? I'm sure any agency would jump at the chance to have you. You'd be able to start immediately. Haruka says, If I'm going to be an idol again, I want it to be with the ones who gave me back my hope. Says Irie. You look like you've already made up your mind. If that's what you want, then sure. Working with you sounds fun. But I'm not going to go easy on you just because you're the famous Haruka Kiritani. You'd better be ready. Thank you, Irie, says Haruka. Haruka, you're going to team up with Momoi and Hinamori? Says Minori. Oh, wow! You're going to be the best idol group out there for sure. I'm witnessing history in the making. Can I claim the title of your very first fan? Haruka laughs. What are you talking about, Minori? When I said I want to work together, I meant you too. What? Says Minori. By together, you mean you want me to join you? What? Why do you look so confused, says Irie. Of course we do. That's right, says Shizuku. Nothing starts without you, Minori. Minori says, But I've never even passed the second round of an audition. Haruka says, You gave us hope, Minori. Minori gasps. Haruka continues, You gave us more hope than anyone. You gave it to us just as an idol. Minori is quiet, and then she says, Are you really sure you're okay with someone like me? Haruka, Momoi, Hinamori. But I'm still nowhere near as good at singing and dancing as all of you are. Irie says, You've been making us help you practice all this time, and you're still saying that? Shizuku says, We'll just make up for each other's shortcomings like we did when we were up on stage in the real world. That's right, Minori, says Haruka. I'd like to sing one more time. No, I want to sing with everyone from now on. You guys, says Minori. She thinks, They all believe that I can do this. If we're all together, I'm sure we'll be able to give hope to so many people. She says, Thank you. I promise to work more and more to catch up to all of you soon. Great, says Irie. Now that that's decided, we should think of a name for the group. What? Says Shizuku. We're picking one now? Of course, says Irie. This sort of thing calls for motivation and passion. What about you, Minori? Any ideas for a name? What? Says Minori. Well, how about delivering hope for tomorrow? Irie says, I guess it does have a certain idol-like ring to it, but it's just a bit too literal. Shizuku says, Well, we could use the English word tomorrow, and maybe we could use the word fight to show our determination. We don't want to sound like we're getting ready to battle, says Irie. Haruka says, I kind of like Minori's habit of saying more. Huh? Says Minori. Haruka says, Even if things don't go your way, you keep working more and more. It really conveys your unwillingness to give up. More, repeats Shizuku. Well, how about more fight? What's with you and the word fight, says Irie. You think this is a martial arts club? Minori says, What do you think about more jump? More jump, Haruka repeats. Yeah, says Minori. It kind of makes it sound like we're reaching up toward our dream of becoming idols. You're right, says Shizuku. Though, we've had our share of difficulties along the way. We even gave up on becoming idols. I like it, says Irie. This time we're going to clear all of the hurdles in our way. Together! I like it too, says Haruka. That settles it then. From this moment on, we are more jump. Then let's start our first official group practice, says Irie. Are you ready, Minori? Yes, says Minori. I'm ready, Momoy. Shizuku says, oh, now that we're all part of the same group, maybe you should start using our first names. Huh? Says Minori. Irie and Shizuku? It's a little embarrassing. Hey, stop spacing out, says Irie. Let's get to work. Oh, right, says Minori. I promise to work hard. Haruka laughs fondly. In the stage Sekai, Rin calls, Miku! The show's about to start. Oh, hold on, Rin, says Miku. Your ribbon is a bit crooked. There, that's better. Thanks, Miku, says Rin. You're welcome, says Miku. Alright, let's do our best today to give more happiness back to our fans. The crowd cheers as they go out.